Hey guys, welcome back to my series on how to make a Borderlands Psycho Mask. This segment will be on how to wire the eyes, and I give you two methods in here. One's kind of an in-depth method, and one's an easy and cheap method. So hang around and we'll check it out. The first method I'm going to tackle is going to be kind of the easy and light method. I'll also put an annotation on screen if you wanted to skip ahead to the more in-depth way, but that requires some soldering experience. For the easy way, which you see the result on screen, all you require is some hot glue, some pliers, and 2 book lamps. I got mine from the dollar store. They just need to look something like what I have in the photo. They have to have reflectors, like a typical flashlight reflector, but for a single 5mm LED, wire, and then the actual battery compartment. And as you see, I just trimmed off as much plastic, broke it off with pliers. Be very careful not to cut yourself during that part, because plastic comes flying up. Wear glasses if you need to. And just get rid of as much plastic around the reflectors and the battery compartment as possible, and hot glue it in. Also, I added some silicone glue, but you could also use hot glue for this to shield the very top part of the reflector so light didn't bleed in towards your eyes. If you do use hot glue, you're going to need to Sharpie or paint over it, but black silicone works nicely. This is the finished product with the easy method. I think it looks pretty good, but I did have some problems. First off, you have to reach both hands inside to turn it on, which isn't big if you're going to leave it on, but also one eye ended up coming out brighter for some reason than the other one, which was not too great. This is going to be the in-depth method. You will require more parts, more experience. You'll need a soldering gun, a trip to Radio Shack, and basic understanding of how to solder a little LED circuit. It turns out just like in the photo, and you can turn it on and off without even having to use your hands, which is probably the best part in my opinion. So these are the packaging for the parts if you want to match part numbers or anything. I just got 2 bright white 5mm LEDs, a potentiometer, a switch, and a battery compartment for 3 AAAs. And this is what the parts look like when they're out of their packaging. The small blue piece on the right is the potentiometer, and that's just going to act like a variable resistor for us, and that kind of will change the brightness and keep the LEDs from getting burnt out. You're going to want to make sure that that is on at least partly, but past that you can dim them as much as you want or have them at most of the way bright. This is the full circuit diagram. Another thing to keep in mind is LEDs are directional, so make sure you have the positive end on the right side and the negative end on the right side, or else they just won't light up at all. It's really not too bad. I mean, you've got like 5 or 6 solder connections here. It shouldn't take more than 15 minutes. This is what it actually looks like when it's done. I made sure to just use plenty of wire, just to give me slack so I could route the wires wherever I need to inside the mask. I actually ended up doing the potentiometer first in the circuit, if you will, but if you know anything about circuits, that doesn't matter at all. You can put the switch anywhere in the circuit that you'd like to. I started just putting all the components in. I put the battery pack right there next to the cheek. That's important because that's where there's some of the most space in the mask. And the only other important part is to put the switch near your mouth. In this picture, I finished routing the wires and I have the reflectors and everything all in place, just the way, same pretty much as I did with the book lights, except for this time it's in a more complex circuit with new LEDs. This is what it looks like when it's done, but in order to turn it on and off with your lips, like you'll see in here, I turn it on and off without even using my hands. You will need to extend the toggle switch a little bit, like give it a longer lever arm. And how I did that is by fitting a mechanical pencil lead holder, like the thin plastic tube on the inside. Oh, I just pressed that over the toggle switch and cut it off to a certain length, and that gave me plenty of extra leverage to be able to flip it on and off with my lips. This is the final product, and I think it looks great. It's not too hard to do. It costs you maybe $5 or $10 once everything's said and done. It can also be used in, like I said, any other project. You could fit this into goggles and have the batteries in a head strap if you want. It's good for pretty much any project. If you have any questions, be sure to post them in the comments below or send me a private message on YouTube, and I'll be sure to get back to you and help you out with any problems you might have. Thanks. Hey guys, before we take off, I just wanted to highlight these 4 channels. I've been working with them on a personal level, trying to get some collaboration going and stuff. They're all great. Ninja Dude 10, he does Let's Plays and Call of Duty commentaries. Right now, he's working on a Borderlands 2 Let's Play series. It's just really entertaining. Untouchable Wolf, he's pretty much my favorite Call of Duty commentator. I always come back to him and just follow him week after week because he's got great commentaries. Cherubi Knight, he does Let's Plays, and right now he's working on an Injustice Gods Among Us Let's Play, I think. And FSD does some great Call of Duty commentaries as well. I'll put annotations up on screen and links in the description to these guys' channels, but definitely make sure to head over and check them out because they're worth watching, and they're smaller channels that you might not find otherwise. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. You have a nice day.